That's what we twerking with, girl. Hello, my name is Allison. I'm having one of those days. What I want to do today is a complexion video. More specifically, like, I'm just gonna focus on my face makeup. And I have a couple things laid out in front of me. Two things that I want to play with because I have my Project Pan update coming up in a few days is this Touche Eclat Blur Primer from YSL. So I've got my booty blender ready because I know if you rub that shit in, it will pill up on your face. And then this is the MAC Waterweight Concealer that I'm kind of impressed with, to be honest with you. I played with it yesterday. I'm still sleepy, can you tell? I'm in such a mood, and I'm trying to take myself out of being in a mood. Let's do this, y'all. Let's do the damn thing. And then I'll rub this in. It's got glitter in it. It's pretty cute. You can see it kind of reflecting. So, and this is very silicone-y primer. So, part of my pissy problem is didn't feel good last night. Sweating in my sleep kind of thing, which I hate. I hate feeling like I'm laying in a busted waterbed. I know that sounds gross because it feels gross. But should I let this sit for a second? This is Makeup Forever R330 OG. I've been using this since high school, probably. Not that bottle, but you know. I'm not going all the way to my immediate under eye because realistically, what did I fucking do? Even though I know what I did wrong, which was getting up to go to the bathroom and making noise. God fucking help my soul. Little things like that, I don't see how those things can realistically manifest into actual anger towards somebody. Like, after a while, in my mind, in my head, it's kind of like I have a dog that snores. I was fully aware that the dogs snore before they became members of my family. Did I choose to move forward with that action? Yes. Am I fully aware of what I've gotten myself into? Yes. Do I let it bother me? No. Does it on occasion bother me? Yeah. Do I take it out on them? No. All I can do is, you know, turn their sweet little faces not directly towards my face when I'm trying to sleep. That usually solves the problem. On camera, my face is looking so yellow compared to my neck. But in the mirror, it's pretty, normal. You know what? One thing I haven't done. So anyway, that's, you know, that's my morning in a recap. One thing I haven't done is does anybody else do that? I haven't gotten color matched at Sephora, which I've had a billion fucking offers from those lovely ladies. But I just kind of, in my own head, I'm just like, nah, girl, I'm good. I don't need that. I can handle it on my own. Which, I can do a pretty damn good job, but I'm kind of curious if, like, the shades that I wear all the time in certain products, they would be completely fucking different than what I actually am. And I genuinely believe a part of me thinks that that would be the case, and I would just have this, like, really awesome. You think you can do your own makeup semi-quasi well? You fail, B. You fail. Okay. This dropper is, like, not the most convenient thing, but when I was playing with this yesterday, I was like, holy baby Jesus of coverage. Looks insane, right? Yeah. Couldn't agree more.
I'm gonna just move this over here.
So I like to go side of the nose all the way down to the rim around, because I feel like I have darkness on my lips. Not on my lips, on my mustache area. And then I like to pull it all the way up here, kind of like in a crescent, because really this is the top of the cheekbone and you want to accentuate this area. If you're going to highlight that area anyway, you should really think about highlight and low lights together as they complement each other without something that's shimmery. So what that kind of means to me is, you know, playing with different shades of foundation. So like your concealer is working as a matte highlight, your foundation's working as your base low light, your bronzer is working as your dim light, not damn light. Oh god, you know what I hate? When there's not enough product in the dropper bottle. This doesn't feel very sanitary. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just playing with this now. Okay. I heard Jessica Braun call her tiny little wrinkles around her eyes crinkles, and I could not agree more with that, like crinkles. But it's this tiny little area that's right underneath your eye for me, because I don't really have like deep set wrinkles. I have like different sallows, like waves on my eyes. See it, like little pockets. So the only thing that really creates crinkles is you can't even tell. Like me doing that is what will create a little crinkle. And every day I do this to myself, I'm kind of like, what setting powder do I want to use? Why do I care so damn much right now? I am not in the mood, so whatever. I'm pulling this out. This is Stellar. This is, I think it's called Cosmic Haze. It just says Haze on the back, but I got this in a deluxe sample. 100-point perk. You see that flying. Ooh! On Sephora once, and I tried it, and I absolutely fell in love with it. Fell in love with it. Learn how to talk, Allison. So, what I'm doing is I put product on one side, and so the back side of this, I'm gonna go through and smooth out, smooth out my crinkle, one eye at a time. I'm gonna go through and shut. And let it be widely known, I'm way too damn old to be baking under my eyes. So I'm setting and kind of rotating. Same thing with the other side. You can also do this just as freaking easily with your finger, which sometimes your finger can feel a little bit more tacky and kind of help and grab and move some of the crinkle. And I'm just really focusing on where I know it's gonna crinkle. Like, I have these two little, those right there. Those crinkle, and then those crinkle way later on in the day. Hold on. Or throughout the day, those will crinkle, but right off the bat, underneath my eyes, I can see that stuff like immediately happen. So I like to Zantac it right off the top. See so there's like a little cake layer. Too old for that. Dust it off. You just want a little thin layer on your sponge. Now, what cartoon character is this? Milani? Yes. So I'm pressing this powder into my head. So I may look a little bit wider, but it kind of makes more sense when we talk about how the foundation is the low light, your bronzer's, your contour is the dim light. I shouldn't say bronzer is the dim light because you don't have warm shadows, but you know, I do. Just kidding. I'm pushing all of this in so it will make more sense, but I'm also going to brush my face with a powder brush. So last night, trolling the internet, I love Googling swatches. Like, I will get stuck on a certain thing and just start like looking up swatches, color comparing. And last night, God help me, it was MAC lip liners. So I found this, and I know you probably can't tell, but it's swatches, nothing unusual about that, but it's such OG swatches that somebody literally wrote the name of what it was on their hand. And I'm just like, holy shit, I remember those days where it was like, how am I gonna add words to pictures? No time like the present to figure that out. Let me just do this. Those were the days. Oh my god, those were the days. I gotta say, there's certain YouTubers that can be pretty flippin' influential to me. And a lot of it is not what they say about a product, but how you can see they like literally react. I think a great example of that is Makeup Shayla. Like, she'll completely tell you, I can say something about a product, but my face does not lie about how I feel about it. So why lie about it? I love that chick for that reason alone. The concealer, I saw Kristen Dominique. Oh my god, you guys, me in this chair are like about to go at it. She used that, and I was really impressed. Just like with the way that she reacts, and you can see constantly in other videos when she's talking about other things, she goes back to that same product. So this is the I need to do a YouTubers made me buy it video. I really do. I actually have a list of things I've written out. Like, this is the Smith 112 brush for bronzing, and Raw Beauty Christy definitely talked me in this little shindig. Come on. Get out of here. You ain't the star. I'm using a butter bronzer. This is before they did the shade expansion, so this is literally just the shade bronzer. I think there's a bronzer and a light bronzer, but I think when you use a natural hair brush, which can kind of hold on to product and distribute it nicely, that you can work easily with a darker bronzer. Like the one I love, that's Laura Mercier. It's shade number 3. So contour would usually, to me, like if I were to lay this brush and like hook it into my mouth, this would be the underside, the hollow of my cheekbone. And I'm really trying to refrain from touch on it, so I'm staying more on that higher point of the cheek, because realistically when I'm out in the sun, the top half of my face is what's getting sun, like going across the forehead, kind of creating a bronzer helmet, like a Magneto helmet, and brushing that into the hairline is how I like to roll. And I do like to do bronzer just lightly on the neck for continuity. This is a MAC 224. Because I like to look into the sun sideways, so. Oh, really, this kind of breaks up coloration on my face, in my opinion. So when you have the center of your face is a little bit lighter, a little bit darker, and then a little bit more dim, it erases the shape of your nose sometimes and kind of makes it more of a wide blob. So when you kind of create that sun vibe, oh man, I'm so left-handed. And I try to avoid doing the whole like boxing off my nose, because my nose runs. I am freaking human. So I'm constantly like doing this number, so it's pretty damn pointless for me to do anything right there anyway, logically. So this is kind of a stopping point where I'll assess what I'm dealing with and kind of go in. And very importantly, like after I spray my face, you have the potential for little crinkles to kind of reform if you have a little bit of a muddiness under your eye. So I'll usually spray and fan. I had a dear friend of mine message me the other day, and she'll probably watch this and laugh, but she messaged me and said, "What is Fix Plus and do I need it?" And my instant thought was, and she'll totally relate to this, it reminded me of what it was like to work in a kitchen store when someone says, "What's a saute pan? What's a chef's knife? Do I need one of those?" It just makes you smile, and it's kind of like, come with me, friend, let me show you what's up. So me specifically, some of the first makeup encounters I've had with my mom was MAC Fix Plus, was MAC Lip Gloss, was the MAC counter as a whole. The whole black and silver, you know, little empty boxes, sitting, everything's identical, so uniform. Like, that is a significant part of my preteen and my teenage years when it comes to makeup. So I speak the NCs and the NWs very easily now in life, whereas it was confusing at one point, but it made me giggle and think about that. But I mean, there was a point in time where I didn't know where a saute pan was either, so I don't know, it just made me giggle. I was like, yeah, get you some of that, girl. I just want to spray myself again just thinking about it. I'm gonna pull this puppy out because really what I want to do is specifically tell Natasha Denona, you've covered 2 cream products, but there's 3 in here. I'm not using the cream products. I want to use this powder blush and then this Duo Glow. I love this Duo Glow shade as my highlight. It's so pretty. It's like this icy but not silvery. It's that golden icy lavender kind of a thing. And it's just très bon. Extremely très bon. You know what? I'm gonna use this highlighting brush as my blush brush. Don't forget, you can always add more, but you cannot take away very easily. You can, but I mean, it's not, believe me, it's not the easiest task without like disrupting everything you've already laid down. So, me and giant brushes, I really don't have time for that kind of mindset. I can't do the whole like giant fluffy brush. The biggest brushes that I really have are like that Smashbox buildable cheek brush, the Sunny Kashuk brush, and this is a pointed blush brush by Promoda, but I actually use this for cream bronzers because I've used natural hair brushes with bronzer, and that's a mistake. A very, very big mistake. What else I like about this brush is that it's small enough to do like fulfillment of the concept of you don't just blush on the apples of your cheeks in a nice way. So like if I were to take a giant blush brush and like stamp it, I would get more pink underneath my eyes that I want to. That's gonna show off some of the purple. Oh God, don't get me started. So I like to do right across the bridge of my nose, in between my eyes. Is that a healthy amount of blush? Do I feel like I just need to keep packing it on? That's what we twerking with, girl. I think it's really important to look at yourself in different lighting. Like, be that crazy person that's outside doing this into your selfie cam and find those high points of your face where your face is naturally glowing. Like for me, this circle right here is the highest point of my cheekbones, versus I've seen some have very low or very high or very large areas, and then up here hits that same high point. You know, if I were to make my face into a square kind of thing, shape, I know I make sense in my head, but I'm not saying it outward right. I feel like I can be extremely introverted when I try to explain things. It's kind of like, the really nice qualifying thoughts are there, but getting the words out is kind of sad. I feel like I really like doing a lot of this on camera because me starting conversation in front of a bunch of people, please. You hear that whining? That's my 8-year-old broad telling me to take me to go potty. And something I'm going to play with in a second. I'm going to take her out first. This is by Jouer. It's a luminizing brightening powder. It's literally just a fucking powder. But it's got a nice sheen to it. And this, I actually like to... yes. This is very much so like the Kevin Aquan sculpting powders, like the Celestial powders. Not the sculpting powders, those are dark obviously for contour. But you guys are really helping me not be in such a terrible mood. And I appreciate that. Even though I still have to finish my makeup and stop recording and upload and edit and see you tomorrow, folks. I have the worst lighting ever. I want to figure it out. I want to be one of those that's like, you know what, I'm going to get some soft boxes and I just want to have a little bit of a lighting studio because, you know, I really do enjoy this and I want to do it a lot more. And I've always loved visual design, cinematography, all of those beautiful things, and I feel like a part of it is like, oh, you're just being vain and you don't need that to have a successful channel, blah blah blah, and I completely get that and I understand, but there's also an element of me that wants that very nice polished look because the things I want to talk about are in a more significant detail, you know? So, the dog went potty, long story short. I decided to just throw on some mascara. I haven't done anything else besides put on some lip balm. Literally just lip balm from my project pan since I've been pulling all that stuff out to film that video. And I just left it at this. I feel like having like a good complexion look with just a little mascara kind of just improves your overall attitude throughout the day. Fingers crossed. Hope you guys like this video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, hit the thumbs up button, all that kind of good stuff. I look forward to seeing you here again next time, next video, as well as I hope you look forward to seeing me. Just kidding. Maybe I'm not. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye. That's what we're working with, girl.
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service at this time.